Go with a 15/64 radius on this just because that looks like it'll fit. No other reason. None whatsoever. I'm going to draw it on there with a Sharpie marker. Eyeballing it. And let's go with 15 degrees out. Also by those are the lines I'm going to cut to. And this particular area right in the center, I will round that off so that the root of the back of the cannon has a radius on it. And this is all going to be hand ground, so let's see what happens. In a couple of minutes to grind it up, I'll come back and show you what it is, and off we go. This is about 10 minutes worth of grinding on it. This is done on the roughing wheel. You can see that the rake is rather aggressive, which is good, because when it comes time to actually hit these lines, it's going to be just at the very top, and it's not going to take any time at all. I've left a little bit of material on the outside of the black over here. You can just barely see it. As the tool bit starts to heat up, the brown from the high speed is going to start to go at the magic marker line, or the Sharpie marker, whatever you want to call it. So try to keep it cool as you're running. But you can see how it's going to start to form the ball on the back of the cannon. The radial undercut between the ball and the butt end of it, and then we'll just shift this out and keep moving it over, and we will stair step the angle. I will not use the compound to do it. I said I could, but I'm not going to. Now, in order to finish the other half of the ball, I'm going to turn the tool this way, and I'm going to come at it this way. So that'll be the first stop. First stop will be the outside edge of the ball. Then I'll come around with the tool. I will form the inside edge of the ball, and then stair step out and blend the face. So let me finish this up, radius this up, and we'll get over to the lathe. I've decided to cheat on this barrel, and I've ground two tools. Actually, I had this one in my box. This is a 230 diameter corner round, a 230 radius corner round tool. And this is the complementary tool for the other side. And you can see that when they work together, this one will do the back angle, the radial relief, the back side of the radius, and then I will come in with this tool and do the front side of the radius. Barrel is already loaded in the machine. Split bushing as promised. I calculate I'm going to need about 720 worth of material to complete this feature, and I want about a 250 land. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to shoot for, is a brief angle at about a 230 land, and then we'll do the ball, work that in by hand. Put the camera on the back of the tripod, and we'll do it, show you how it's done. Using the high-speed steel form tool that I ground, I am going to turn the diameter here until I have about a 220 land. I'm going to make sure that I have a pretty good 15-degree registration surface on that, so I have something to mark my stopping point at. It'll make sense in a second. Let's go 51 more. All to 0. Let's go 40. Doing this by, I'm going to make this 200. Right now this is a finished edge. I'm going to turn this diameter to the major diameter of the ball without violating that surface. I'm going to shoot for around a ½ inch. Give me something to remove when I put the radius tools in. $135. I am looking to eliminate this blend line from that part with this tool. That's enough. At this point, I'm going to move the carriage out about 20 thou and plunge in until the angled surfaces meet again. And I'm going to continue to stair step out and down until I get the back side of the radius to come in. The final operation on this has definitely got to be a plunge. There will be no room for error. That is just so I can see it better. I think it's very important that you see what I see. Let me reposition the camera again and we will look straight down on this. Okay, this is a perfect indicator of what I'm looking at and what you should be looking at if you ever try this. You can see this gap right here has to close up so that the corner of the radius comes around and forms the back side of this ball. At the same time, this 15-degree surface on this side of the tool has to come up and wipe out that black at the exact same time, which is why I'm moving out away from this 15-degree surface here ever so slightly and incrementally, and I'm driving in. I'm looking to close this gap right here, and I wish I could hold the camera here for the operation, but I have no way of doing that. So we're going to put it back around the back and just watch for this line to come further out. Now the outer radius. The only risk here is too much load on it and it snaps off. That would be a heartbreaker. Let's crank it up to it. let's break out the file. Let's break out some sandpaper and some polish. Make it pretty. Scotch Brite. This is 1000 grit Norton Emery polishing paste. If you have any imperfections in your part, this is where it's going to show up. Put it on so it's cloudy, make sure you get a good cover. Make sure you spread the pressure around and spread the paste around. And we'll let it dry for just a half a second. Go to a clean piece of whatever you're using, preferably the softest stuff you can find. Watch the shine. Well, let's drop that on the bench next to the other piece that's getting ready to be machined. Take a look at the difference. There's the difference. I really like the way that looks. That is just beautiful. It's about a 15 degree, maybe a 20 degree chamfer on the back. It's about a 480 diameter ball. And it is just mirror shine. All done with form tools, and it only took a couple of minutes like you saw. So I'm going to stick this other one in there, finish up. And next thing will be just the little, I believe that's called a trunnion mount of some sort. It'll be a much larger 625 bushing that goes in here, but the part that sticks out historically is the same size as the bore. I read that somewhere. So it's going to be a 500 diameter pivot with a 625 shouldered plug. There you go. Form tools. Who needs a ball cutter? Thanks for watching. I'll bet this snaps off. There you go. Boom. That is why you don't use a large undercut and a form tool out of sequence.